All right, guys, welcome back. This is actually the finals of the Dutch StarCraft League 2018. It's a national edition, just Dutch players here today. And actually, we have two of the best Dutch StarCraft players playing in the finals right now. But with us first, we have a special guest for the finals. It's none other than Kellizer. Introduce yourself, man.
Hi guys, for those who don't know me, my name is Diego. I'm a StarCraft player known as Kellizer. For those that don't know, I've actually qualified for BlizzCon one time. And then I decided, well, I'm going to live in the Netherlands and spend all the BlizzCon money here.
Yeah, so Kellizer has been living in the Netherlands for just a bit, and he decided to join us as an actual analytical caster because he knows his stuff. He's actually good at this game. So I hope that we're going to have some really good quality cast for the finals at least. And that's about to start. The first game is going to be an automaton.
Oh, it was automated. What was it? Automaton.
Automaton. What do you think? What do you think, Kellizer?
Yeah,
what do you think?
what
What do you think it is? How do you spell this?
Okay, I'm going to say it's automaton.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Frank wins
Fine.
this one.
Fine. We'll keep it an automaton.
It's automaton, guys.
All right. So, game number 1 is about to be underway. It's going to be an automaton. And actually, it might be the first game I've casted on this today. Or maybe the second, but I've not seen
Second.
it. Not seen it played a lot at all. Players don't really like it, I think.
If the map maker is in the chat or something, and if he has Twitter, can you please tell us how we are supposed to say it? That would be very nice.
There we go. We've just spawned into Automaton, and I'll give the first introduction to Linne.
Thank you, Mark. In the, well, bottom left of this map, we have our red Terran player playing for Team Liquid. It's uThermal!
And on the top right, playing as a blue Protoss for Team Asterion, it is Harstem.
That was the exact same voice. I love it.
Hey. So, we just saw that Harstem is GM and uThermal is a mere master. So, Harstem is supposed to win, right?
Yeah, generally.
Oh, cheeky.
That's
Ooh.
interesting.
Is it cheeky, Diego?
Yeah.
That's a classic, you know.
I mean, it's
just
a
hide your
classic.
barracks near a base,
Yeah,
throw them
yeah.
off.
This is what Jorgs did against Mela like 2 times in a row, and it went really well for him once, and it went really bad for him the other time.
So it's a classic cheeky.
Yeah, but it's a. I mean, it's just throwing your opponent up. I think it's just very smart. But I mean, if you do it too much, obviously people start to expect it, right? I don't think Mark does it very often.
No, he doesn't actually. He's one of the Terrans in Europe that plays more straight up. But it's always good to throw off your opponent if you don't know how they play. I'm sure uThermal knows how Harstem plays, but even still, you don't want them to feel comfortable in their own builds. It's always good to start the series with something like this, just to kind of feel out his responses and see if it's worth doing it or not.
Yeah, the first game should always, well, doesn't have to be, but if the first game is scrappy but in your favor, like you want it, like kind of going the way you want it to be, that's probably the best, right? Because that means that, like, whether you win or lose, hopefully you win because of it. You're always going to have a little bit of a better mindset going into the following games. So far, nothing really out of the ordinary, except for that barracks that's now going to float back to the main. And actually, Harstem's going to see it with his probe, I think. Which moved it away, but I think he saw it. So, but I mean, he must know, because there's nothing out of the ordinary going on aside from that.
Yeah, the Reaper is very late, so he knows that the barracks was near his base, but it's very nice that he delayed the Nexus this much, and I think he's going to scout the Stargate and just react with a Cyclone and a CC. That's going to, I mean, he's already ahead in this game, I feel.
Yeah. Is it just because he threw him off a little bit? Is that it?
I
Because he
think
had to play careful?
Because the Protoss can't really know if it's going to be a committed push or just a macro opener.
Yeah.
So in this case, Harstem went for a very late Nexus and a fast Stargate. But because uThermal went for a very fast Cyclone and a command center, he's already ahead economically, and he's going to defend the Oracle very easily.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, so far this is all going according to your Thermal's plan then, right?
Yeah, it
Uh,
seems
the early
good for him.
the early game at least. I mean, yeah, there's not really much else to say. The CC is now coming up for your Thermal. We're gonna just have to see how this plays out. The Cyclone's now out. He's doing a very, very good job of just staying on top of things. And there we go. He did kill that very nicely.
Do you
there.
think it's likely he will go for the Cyclone upgrade anytime soon?
I think it's possible, but because he suspects it's Stargate, all the units that come out of the Stargate are actually light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's really not much reason to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only thing you really want to be scared of here is an Oracle. There's not that much like Mass Phoenix play, right, in PvT.
No, not
No,
really.
you don't really see that ever. And the Tempest. I mean, we see Melee abuse it, but I have not seen Harstem use it yet, and I
Not
think
yet.
it's that's gonna take a little while to like get into the.
Yeah, but I think Melee is gonna set a trend with this. Because
well,
we
in
already
PvT though,
heard from Genix that he wants to try it out in PvT and PvZ.
but it has to work at like a high level, like a like the GSL level as well,
Yeah.
right? Like, and
Time task stats to do it.
and if it works one or two or three times, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna last. Now these 2 cyclones are being dropped. Actually, I'm not sure if Harstem expected that. He is gonna actually put the revelation on them though, so knows exactly where they are when they're gonna jump into the medevac now.
Who do you think is in a better spot right now?
I would say I would give the edge to uThermal just because his macro is kind of flying right now. But it depends on how Harstem defends his push. If he doesn't lose anything and gets his stalker count up and his 3rd Nexus, then he should be able to take it into an even game.
Yeah, probably. It's the Phoenixes are like they're trying to do a little bit with the Cyclones. I mean, they're really good like against this stuff right now. Just drop them, bam, and load them back in. You can't really get anything done with just 2 Phoenixes. It's not too much, not enough DPS. Blink is actually almost finished now for Harstem. Is that? I don't know. I've seen some players. Marsman really likes Blink. I've seen Melon not get Blink at all. What do you think about that?
I think because he went to the Stargate, the blink is very late, and I think this push can actually kill Harstem just because his blink is not finished yet.
Oh no, and the Liberator is also in the main right now, and he's in a natural with his Marines, and Cyclones are holding off the Protoss army from the main.
This is looking good for uThermal, doesn't it?
Oh no. Good pickups out though on the Phoenixes. I mean, it's about as good as he can get. He can't really focus down with those Marines. Probably the best defense that Harstem could have gotten, right?
Very good micro by both of them.
Yeah, this was even though it was a great trade for uThermal, Harstem handled that very brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good micro by both sides.
And I mean, he's slightly up in supply right now, and that's only because uThermal just lost his entire army, though. I don't think you can really say he's that far ahead.
What do you think about the fact that another Oracle is on the way? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's just normal?
Actually, I like it because once you kill those oracles, you're kind of thinking like, okay, there's no more oracles. I don't have to worry about turrets or anything. And you just forget about it, and then the random oracle comes in and denies mining time and kills like 4 SCVs. It just pays for itself. And also, Harstem really needs a revelation. It's very useful to have the revelation.
Doesn't uThermal have turrets in both his
I believe
mineral lines?
Yeah, he does. Well, it's not
but
going to be
it's still good for the revelation, right?
Yeah, it's worth it.
All right, so we see a little bit of harassment from the Blink Stalkers there. Nothing out of the ordinary. The Phoenix kind of granting vision for the Stalkers. Don't really need an observer that way. And the Oracle as well, actually, just joined the fight. So far, I mean, Terran's just like, he's macroing up. He's getting his +1, getting shield, getting stim, just getting everything that he needs. That was a revelation you were talking about.
That was a really nice revelation.
Yeah, he's going to deny all the jobs, especially the single jobs. They're kind of scary. You can snipe so many probes, but I think Harstem is really recovering his way into this game.
For sure. I mean, especially that defense was just so, like, even though it looked so bad, he came out of it, like, so relatively good.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That's really, I think that brought him his way back into the game. So far now, he's just saturating his 3rd, and uThermal's 3rd is still pretty far. Actually, it's finished, but he still has to land and stuff. I think that might be... I said that he's still pretty far from finishing, but it's probably a normal timing, right? To get his 3rd now.
I haven't seen double upgrades from Protoss very often lately.
Actually, with the style that he played 3 gas for a very long time, and basically you just make Stalker Zealots and get a double forge, because you're not getting any units from Robo or you're not tagging into anything.
You can afford it.
You can afford the double forge.
Right.
Like you can see all his tech is very late. It's just Stalker Zealot for now.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, 3 Medivacs now dropping into the main. Obviously, no revelation on it here. The Phoenix is just going to be the first giveaway, and it's going to be way too late, I think. There's nothing here to defend it just yet. All the units are going to be able to unload before anything happens. At the same time, he's pushing across the map, and he's doing a lot of damage in the main already. This push will definitely be stopped, but now the units across the map can roam the map freely without the Protoss player knowing what's happening at all. And as long as he doesn't lose his entire army for free, I think uThermal's in a really, really good position right now.
13 probes down so far. It's looking solid. Also, some units have been killed. Can we see the units lost tab, maybe?
Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's kind of equal right now, but it's really climbing for Harstem. And Mark is now also mining from his third base, so he's getting that extra income while doing so much damage.
Oh,
22
but the
probes cut down.
betrayal mine!
Yeah, but that last man wasn't
Oh.
loyal. But I mean, yeah, the supply tells a story right now. He has that third base up and running, so his economy is better. 22 probes have just gone down for the Protoss player. Not something you want to have happen. And from here on out, uThermal has a great base to build on, I think, right?
Yeah, I think if uThermal plays his cards right, he's got this game in the bag. I really like that the first time he dropped, he didn't use his boost to go in, so that he had it saved just in case he had to go out. But yeah, a lot of damage going in from uThermal.
Very cautious. I mean, these little positions like this is a very, very efficient fight for how small that army is, or like just that drop. And now he's pushing into the third again with Harstem like not being able to pay attention to it because he just has to focus all his units in the main. And that is really how uThermal is getting his stuff across the map. Just that easily. With the concussive shells, with the stim, he can kite these lone zealots forever.
And these Liberators in there as well now.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna be good against the Colossi.
Only 2 Stalkers. I don't think he can deal with these Liberators, actually.
Nope. Slowly but surely, uThermal will be able to take over Harstem's third. He's going to have to evacuate it, and then, even then, like, how do you win a fight from there?
Not the best force fields, but they were okay.
It would have been good if the army was bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Disruptor's on the way, though. That might be really good for Harstem if he gets some good shots off.
Yeah. What do you think about the old Disruptor? I always think they're like too unreliable compared to Colossi.
The new Disruptor?
Yeah, the new, I guess, old Disruptor, right?
This
Yeah,
recall is very good for uThermal.
Yeah, this is, I think the new Disruptors is very unreliable. You know, with some good splits, it's very easy to micro against as a Terran. So it's not, you can have 1 or 2 maximum just to force them to split and lose some DPS. Maybe clear out some mines, but other than that, Colossus will always be better.
Right. Well, there's no more Colossi. There's no more Protoss in this game at this
There's
point.
no more anything from the Protoss side basically right now.
Well, I mean, we say that, but he is getting cleaned up right now. But at the same time, look, the units are being rallied across the map. 4th base coming up for uThermal. He's up in workers. He's up in army. He's up in everything.
Protoss units are so efficient.
They are very, very efficient. But also, he has a 2 upgrade lead. Don't forget that.
True.
So they are extra efficient right now. Another Colossus is about to be pushed out. But I mean, when you really go, oh, that's a big Disruptor hit, though.
The Disruptor.
I
But
love how we were talking about how it's unreliable
Yeah.
and it's not very good, and then boom, big money.
Biggest
Boom,
Disruptor hit
baby.
of his life.
Back in that game. Okay.
Right, but I mean,
11
still.
probes are 12 probes are down.
Yeah, man.
But how
it's-
much did uThermal lose for that? Not too much, I believe.
No, and I mean, he can throw it away. Even if he lost like 2 dropships for that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I see dropships, Medivacs. But like, yeah, the working count is in favor of uThermal. I don't think you want that to happen in this matchup, ever. I could be wrong, but and then you also have the armor supply just massively favoring him. He's just rallying across the map and throwing away units. Even though he might be doing it not as efficient as he could, he's forcing Harstem to be so cautious and to like make units when he doesn't want to and stuff like that. That he's actually buying himself more, making himself be more and more ahead.
Thermal land's finally on the way though. So that might be good for Harstem
It's
here.
gonna take so long to finish.
It is. It might be a little too late.
Too little, too late, even because there's just no money for Harstem to make that many Colossi. Even when Thermal Lance finishes, these force fields are really, really good.
These force fields are very good, and the disruptor gets killed in time. No disruptor hit right there.
I mean, okay, so we're talking about how inefficiency doesn't really matter for uThermal, but he can't keep throwing away units like this, right? He's obviously still not in a bad position. He's still 25 supply up ahead, but he did just lose 10 drones or 10 SCVs. At the same time, though, this is really Harstem's last stand. Look at that.
Yeah, if you look at the supply, it's just 30 supply up, which is all army supply.
Oh, and the Colossus goes down immediately right after it spawns. There's nothing Harstem can really do about that because the army's on top of the production. And right now, I mean, this is really Harstem's last
This is
stand.
GG. I think this is GG. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's pulling probes.
He's pulling probes, then you know it's dicey.
It's just, and then we have these Liberators now actually seeding up almost into the National. We see the probes from the third being pulled. Not even that many. GG.
Yeah, GG.
All bad.
All because of that one barracks at the start, placing it.
Can we have some uThermal archers instead in chat for the not bad?
Yeah, I mean, very good opener from uThermal
Yep.
and very good transition. And what I wanted to call game over after the 22 probe kills with the triple drop, but Harstem really hung on like a champion.
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah. He never gave up. Like, he never actually... I think he had like 2 or 3 really good fights there, and it was just too late in the game to matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Or to matter enough. But I think he definitely did a good job. Like, and you know, I think that game could have, like you said, could have been over at like 9 minutes, but he dragged it on until 14, 15 minutes. Like, so really, really well done. I mean, that's going to exhaust your opponent a little bit more as well. You don't ever want to have like the mindset of, okay, I probably can't win now, F10N. You don't want to do that, right?
No.
So, Mark's a pretty mental player. Pretty sure you know that, right?
In what
As
way?
in psychological
Like
play.
psychologically, he's in his head a lot.
Mm.
Not mental as in like mental.
Well,
mean,
he's a
also
mental player as
He's
well.
also mental in that way. But do you think this is gonna give him like a confidence boost? Because he's not that confident against Protoss right now.
I think every time you win the first game, it's a bit of a confidence boost. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about the momentum, I feel.
But it could be
Don't
false
forget to
confidence as well, right?
Don't forget to hydrate.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a meme forever.
Yeah, last series I talked to Lena. I said physically you get dehydrated really quickly, right? So if you have dry lips, you're usually already dehydrated, and that's physically gonna improve your impact your performance very fast. I'm wondering if that's also the case mentally. Like,
It's
Probably,
gonna be
right?
too.
yeah, probably. I would assume so.
I think it does affect your mind a bit.
Yeah, but what's a
You-
bit? Is a
it's
bit
like-
like 5%? Is a bit 20%? Like how
Oh,
much more slow are you?
I wouldn't know. You would have to ask Frank.
I mean, I'm not sure if enough
Maybe
research has been
Frank
done on
knows
it.
everything.
Yeah, Frank does.
Frank is the smartest guy in this room by far.
He's not even in the room.
Well, he's in the arena.
Oh, there he is, right there.
He's coming to tell us.
Oh,
right
he's coming to tell us.
No way, really?
The question.
One sec. So, being dehydrated, right, physically impacts your performance quite a bit. Does it also do the same thing mentally? As in,
Well,
like, your
okay,
your reaction
so you're
speed?
talking to a philosopher of mind.
Yeah,
and
she
you're
asked,
asking me,
I mean, I don't know. She has.
like, does physical dehydration affect you mentally? I mean, I would say, is there a difference? I mean, so
Yeah, that's a good
is
question.
it like, can you have mental degradation without physical degradation? Are you a Cartesian dualist?
What?
I don't have the IQ for this, man.
The answer is yes, it affects you in every way.
Right,
Yeah.
but to the same degree.
Oh, I don't know.
So that was my question.
Oh, no, I don't know.
We need percentages.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
percentages.
I'm gonna be hopefully a doctor in philosophy, not a medical doctor. So
See,
I'm
that's-
gonna give this back to you.
All right, thank you anyway, Frank.
Well, thank you, Frank, for the information.
Let's do a real quick introduction to get this game going.
Okay.
In the top right corner of Blue Shift, the Protoss player currently down 0-1. It's Asterian's Harstem.
Woo! Oh, I'm not supposed to do that, right?
No. Well, only if you do it at this player as well.
Oh yeah, of course. They're both great.
So can someone introduce?
On the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid, it is uThermal.
Woo!
Good. Okay, now we're neutral again. That's good.
Yeah, no bias here.
This is a bit of a more forward barracks, and he's actually gonna send the Reaper out from there as well. Do you think he's gonna fly it back into the main again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually.
Same thing as before.
I mean, could be 1 minute, could be 10 minutes. Maybe he makes like 12 Reapers out of
Okay,
it.
but I mean, is it gonna be the same idea behind it as the first game?
It's gonna be 1 Reaper, he's gonna fly it back. And
Yeah. Okay.
it's
Do you
probably-
think there's a chance that we get a really long game?
Yeah. I mean,
course.
Harstem likes his long
Yeah.
games, you know?
Yeah.
He likes his Tempest, his Disruptors.
But uThermal doesn't.
uThermal doesn't, but, you know, it's only up to the Protoss.
The Reaper actually catches his probe really nicely. I mean, I'm not sure. That's not a really big deal. But I mean, if the Protoss player, in this case Harstem, wanted to do something with the probe, that's obviously not going to go through anymore. Is that normal? You don't really catch a probe, right?
I mean, depends. Sometimes they want to check around, see if there's a proxy factory. But
Yeah.
it was weird that it was out there.
Yeah.
But I like this game for a lot more for Harstem. You can see his next is already finished. Well, Mark just started his CC, so it's a lot different than last game.
Yep. And there's a Zealot also on the way to delay that CC quite a bit.
I really like this response.
Absolutely. Do you think Harstem just like decided to ignore whatever the pressure might be from Mark? and just
I
went, "Go
think
for
he
it"?
just, he took last game, he adapted to it. He realized, okay, if he proxies, it's probably not going to be very committed. And
Right.
it's paying off a lot.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. It's paying off a lot because the CC is gonna get cancelled if he doesn't start building it more now. Actually, what's happening in the natural of Harstem right now is that Reaper is still alive. Yeah, it is actually. Ooh, it's gonna barely die. It did kill 3 probes. That's a lot of probes for 1 Reaper.
Yeah, and he saw the
Well,
robot.
4 probes with
And
the
he
1
is
probe at first.
Oh yeah, you're right. He killed 4 probes with that 1 Reaper. That's a pretty big deal, actually. At the same time, though, his CC got delayed. I don't think the difference is that massive yet. But it's an unnecessary loss for Harstem.
Yeah, I think losing 3 probes is a huge deal at this stage of the game. He could have been up to like almost 10 probes if he keeps chrono boosting.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is seeing the robo. That's his cue to start tanks. You can start tanks safely, and you can play more aggressively with the Cyclone. And I think he saw the War Prism as well. So information-wise, Mark is buzzing this game.
Mark is buzzing.
Cloak
buzzing, mate.
Banshee.
Yep, Cloak
Are
Banshee's
you
coming
liking
up.
it?
Yeah.
Are you liking it?
I'm okay with it, because Harstem is gonna have observers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's possible that he's gonna scout it now, but it's still good. Banshees are always good.
Yeah, Banshees have a lot of potential, right?
Yeah.
I know George loves his Banshee play a lot. Mark doesn't really that much, right? He doesn't always do it. George pretty much like you can count on him going getting a tech lab on that starport right away. But I mean, I like it. It's a switch up, and he's won game number 1. If he's gonna do something different in game number 2 and beat him with that as well, I mean that's gonna give him even more of a mental advantage, I think. Now the Banshee is actually safely getting across. I think it crossed paths with the War Prism for a bit.
I think they dodge each other actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think so. So it has a lot of potential.
Oh, but so does the War Prism. Never mind. The Marines just hit it.
You were saying?
Yeah. Star Sense. Two out of that cube brain. I mean, like, what can I say?
Do you watch Rick and Morty, maybe?
I know what Mark definitely does. Okay, there's a second War Prism actually unloading into the main now. I don't think he expected that at all. There's nothing in the main. All the Marines are in the natural, and then once the Marines go back to the main, that War Prism's gonna drop. This is really painful. Siege tank is sieged up, so the Stalkers can't get that much done in the main.
I think it's looking nice for Harstem, isn't it?
I mean, it depends on what this Banshee does, I think. So far, 3 probes, not that great.
Actually, I would give the edge a little bit to Mark, just because Harstem hasn't started his 3rd Nexus yet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Also, he made 2 War Prisms. It's good for harassment, but because he didn't get anything done, it's dead minerals, dead supply that he could be using in Stalkers.
Right. Yeah, you're right. See a little bit of a Marine tank push here from Mark, even pulling some SCVs to repair the tanks and make some bunkers. I mean, I think actually preparing a Banshee first. This could be pretty strong if Harstem doesn't scout this, and it doesn't seem like he will.
Yeah.
He's gonna see it now, but I think too little, too late. There's not that much at home. Like this is not that much army for 3 tanks.
Yeah, this is great for uThermal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the Starkers are like very fragile, right?
Especially
Tanks.
when the bunkers are up.
Yeah, the bunkers are gonna help him a great deal as well.
And the thing is, the Colossus isn't going to help much. The thing you want for this are Immortals, or even Charge, but he's not going to have either of this for a while. So.
Yeah, so it's really, really good for Mark. And also, he spread his tanks and Marines very nicely here, so the Zealots have to walk across quite a bit. Only 1 tank has gone down, but both are still alive, and that's it.
Taps out of the game.
Taps out of the game. 2-0 for our Terran player. And he's staying hydrated.
He's staying hydrated.
Very, very important, kids.
Good job.
He did take off his hoodie from his head, though. So,
So it's
what
getting
do you
more
think?
serious.
What do you think of that? Can you analyze that for us?
I would say I give him at least 17%
Increase?
extra mental power.
All right,
So
all right.
maybe he's just giving a handicap to Harstem.
He needs to give his brain some air, right?
I was thinking, actually, his head is now less interrupted and closer to the StarCraft servers. So there's less latency, less brain latency.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. Could be anything. Could also be that he's just, like, warm. Because he's wearing a hoodie
No
inside
way.
and stuff.
No way.
It's impossible.
Third map being Cerulean Fall. This is just a setup map, right? There's not much to really philosophize about here. Is there?
I mean, there is.
Maybe there is for PvT specifically.
Well, there's a little tiny spot under the natural that is very nice to push with tanks. Other than that, actually, there is one thing that I want to note is that uThermal really likes his marine tanks, and if he's gonna go that style, this is the map for it. There's a lot of cliffs, a lot of place he can abuse with
Right.
tanks. So, if that's his choice, then now's the time to do it.
And generally, that's his choice, right? Generally, that's what he likes to play, marine tank.
Yeah, it's usually his go-to.
Yeah. So far 2-0 for our Liquid Thermi. Doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah. I think the Evils are all very proud of him.
Probably. Well, if that's the case, I want to hear some awoos whenever we introduce him in the next game.
Okay.
Do you guys hear that? Awoos in the next game, guys. The next game is about to start in about 10 seconds or so. So we should be getting ready to introduce these players on Cerulean Fall. The third PvT of this finals, guys.
Are you ready? Because we are, at least.
Yeah,
Are
but
you?
the loading screen
I didn't
isn't.
ask.
The loading screen isn't. There we go. Alright, in the bottom left corner. The Red Terran, currently up 2-0, playing for Team Liquid. It's uThermal. I heard some wolf cries, I think.
That's some nice Who's, guys. And in the top right corner of the map, we have our blue Protoss player playing for Asterion Esports is Harstem.
Wow.
He's chilling on his music. He's got the beat flowing. He's ready.
Listening to some good old grime.
Yeah, maybe some Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, you listen to that nowadays?
Yeah, man. Used to.
I thought you listened to like Stormzy and stuff.
Yeah, also.
All right, another standard opening for uThermal here. Dude, the first game we talked about how he doesn't do this very often. How he does it 3 times in a row. It's kind of I feel like I should eat my words. Double gas behind it. This is what Jorks did a couple times. He's gonna go into Cyclone play probably, right?
Yep, probably. With the new Cyclone, no
Yeah.
reason not to ever make one.
Yeah.
Martos is the knowledgeable caster.
Dude, I'm so on fire right now. That felt so good to say and actually have him acknowledge it. So, a fast expand from Harstem here. I mean, so far so good for both players. As we have seen this before today, quite a lot, as I said, from Jorks. And actually, Jorks and uThermal are the only Terran players in this tournament. So those are the only 2 we can really feed off of for information for, like, what the Dutch Terrans do.
Vince, where are you?
Yeah, Vince. I mean, he was in the chat earlier. uThermal Vince.
Such disappointment.
uThermal Vince.
uThermal wins.
I know, and he's a hardworking student now. Leave him alone. Oh no, he plays League of Legends. Never mind.
Oh gosh.
So he's a student, but just not hardworking.
Yeah. He's a hardworking League of Legends student.
Okay. That's
He
fine.
studies League of Legends. That's awesome. So he gets a probe.
Yeah, gets a
Yep.
probe, and same thing as last game actually. But the probe last game was going a different route, and now it's just going straight through the middle. Zealot walking by. The Reaper didn't see it, or did he?
Nope.
I don't
did
think
not
so.
see it.
So that could be annoying if he doesn't scout it, because he's getting a reactor and attack lab on both of his production buildings. So that means there's not going to be any units here for quite a while.
Yep, it's just like last game.
Yep.
And I think if Harstem adapts a little bit and doesn't lose those probes, hides his tech a little bit better, then he'll be off to a great start.
So just less sloppy play from Harstem is what we expect.
Yeah, I
right?
think this time he's not sending the adapt across, and I think that's a very smart move.
It's a lot safer. Because this map is a bit bigger, the CC does go up to a little bit higher health, so uThermal has a little bit more breathing room before he has to really kill that Zealot. But his 2 Marines are going to be out. His Cyclone's actually also going to be out soon. So the Zealot is running away.
Yeah,
It's looking good for Harstem.
Yeah,
Armory.
from this position, I really like it. Oh,
An armory, boys.
Oh,
That's going to be
boys.
interesting.
we're gonna see some drilling claws.
Yeah, we are. I think so. Starport also being on the, being built right now. The CC is continuing production. I mean, we haven't seen this, I think, in this tournament at all, and it's going to be really interesting
Oh, yeah.
to see how this plays out. Harstem obviously knows this is in his arsenal, because he's done it many times before in previous patches. But Drilling Claws has an extra benefit now with this patch, right? Because Widowmines are always hidden with Drilling Claws.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
always hidden.
Yeah. So they have an extra advantage now. There's an extra incentive to get it. I think I think it's a pretty big advantage as well. I mean, still, you generally don't get it this early, but still, Drilling Claws is the tech of choice, as you correctly predicted, Kelazer. Cyclone's just gonna get away there. And so far for Harstem, this is a standard game, but for uThermal, he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Poggers.
There's 2 Widowmines up there trying to catch an Oracle that's not coming. Or Blake Stalkers, I guess, but they're not coming either. So.
What do you think about the Twilight counter?
Uh-oh, wait.
Oh.
Ooh, he knew. I think he knows.
Yeah, he
You
sees
know
it.
it.
There's in their configurations, you know, they
It's a shadow, right?
they tune the
Yeah.
game so they can see the big shadow
Yeah.
underground. They
Do
don't
it,
fall for
guys. You should all do it.
Is that the hybrid settings thing?
It could be the hybrid, but it also you can increase the brightness and then you make everything low except the textures.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a I've always used the hybrid thing, but okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Hybrid.
Dude, the HOTS hybrid settings for like 5 years ago, they still work.
I'm on all low, man. All low.
Is that because you have to be, or is that because you want to
No, I want to
be?
be.
Oh.
Because you see stuff. You just see more.
Well, with the hybrid settings, you're supposed to see everything, and also like have a higher fidelity. Like it's supposed to be optimal. Anyway, these 3
Okay,
Drilling Claws, Widowmines are jumping into the natural right now, actually getting 6
Oh,
probes. Pretty
6,
decent. 9 so far.
9 probes.
Is that good? That's a pretty good hit, right?
Yes.
I will say yes. It's pretty good.
It's okay, you know.
And they're hidden still. The Observer's now going to
Not
come out to clean them
anymore.
up. So, yeah, that's it. But
Big 9 probes, man.
that was worth the upgrade, I think.
Yeah. Already paid for itself, and there's probably gonna be more.
Yeah,
You can do them all game long.
yeah,
That's great.
that's a lovely thing about Widowmines and Widowmine drops with the Drilling Claws is they're always going to be so annoying to deal with the entire game. As long as you can get away with it, as long as you're not too busy like dealing with stuff, you can keep. That's pretty much how he's going to try to dwindle Harstem, right? Probably
Yep.
for a while anyway. That said, his third is up now. War Prism is flying across the map, really probably going to fly across the edges so that uThermal has no idea it's coming. Blink is almost finished as well, so you can do some cheeky plays with that. I mean, Harstem's just he's just building stuff right now, man.
Harstem is going for his usual just
Yeah,
double forge, Stalker Zealot, and then tack into something.
he's gonna make a robo soon,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
probably Colossus.
So, and for your Domo, it's gonna be I think fairly standard marine tank with some with Widowmine drops behind it or like around it usually.
Yeah, well, actually, he can't have tanks because he's dedicated his factory to Widow Mines.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, but he has one, right? I think
He
so.
has one, yeah.
Yeah.
For defense.
and then he switched it off later. Yep. So he, but do you think Marine Mine is just as good as Marine Tank, like as a general composition to like attack with, or defend? I guess just use.
Yeah, it's very good, especially with drilling claws. You
Right.
can scan for those observers, and especially against style of Harstem, where it's going to be a lot of immortals, zealots, and stalkers. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Okay, okay. So
The only thing Widow Mines aren't good at are Colossus.
right, right.
That's
Which he might or might not make.
But what about charge?
It's
Charge
even
lots.
better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Oh,
versus
Even
Colossus.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
'Cause the way that they charge, you know, they always clump up
Yeah.
when they're
Oh,
charging.
yeah.
They always go for one target.
Yeah. I remember at some point some pros were testing deactivating the autocast on charge just so they would die less to the Widow Mines, and then you activate it later. But I guess it was too much APM.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's really hard to individually macro everything, and you're a Protoss player, so.
So much APM for Protoss, man.
Shots fired.
7 probes go down again. That means that the total count is at like 16 right now, and that one wasn't a stalker. I mean, that still counts for something. Protoss army actually moving back on the map now. Not feeling confident enough anymore. They might fight in the middle of the map. I'm not sure if that's good for Harstem here, but he can always blink away. So we do see the Robo Bay coming up now for Harstem. I think that's going to be Colossi, maybe 1 or 2 disruptors, like you said earlier. Concussive shells are now on the way for uThermal, as are Liberators. He's just gearing up for a nice mid to late game.
What do I get if it's just gonna be disruptors?
3-0 uThermal.
Possibly.
Oh, this fight is
possibly.
actually really, really bad for uThermal, though. That was a really good
Oh,
fight. He caught him right off guard.
Yeah. This is not a good start for uThermal. You know, he just landed his third base. He kind of, with the Widow Mines, you just have to keep trading. You know, you borrow them and then you run away. You borrow them and you run away. You really want to avoid those fights. But because Harstem got a nice chunk of army, he can just counterattack and cancel the third, maybe even kill it.
And now it's looking really good for Harstem. He might just take the game right here.
Yeah, he's going to at least have to sack the third. Potentially take the game. I mean, it's going to be hard. You have to still attack up a ramp with Widow Mines and everything. But, and he can't snipe that Observer. He kind of really needs to.
Yeah, there's a lot to defend with. There's Liberators, there's a tank, there's the mines.
And he denied so much mining time on the
Wait, did he
SCVs.
lose the tank?
Yeah, I think he lost the
Right.
tank in a fight.
Yeah, he lost the tank.
Yeah, yeah,
Looks
for sure.
like it.
Thermal lens is now on the way. +3. Is it +3? +2? I don't know.
That's a plus
It's
2.
+2.
Oh, +2. Oh, yeah, +3 is red. I remember. Sorry. So. Huh?
And there's 2 dots.
Oh, there's 2 dots. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Oh, yeah. But I think the reason I know is that because I have not seen +3 at all today. Games have been over so quick, especially the Protoss ones. Anyway, we see more Colossi being built. Harstem is building off a very good base here. Just like uThermal has been, was that first game. He just needs to not let go of his advantage right now. And he's not. He's getting that 4th base, not overcommitting. I think it's a good decision that he didn't push into that national because it's just too big of a risk, right?
This is
Yeah.
gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Well, the Stalkers are going to catch it.
Yeah, but I am talking about this Dark Shrine.
Oh. Well, it could just be for Archons. Well, I mean, High Templar.
He would have gone for
Yeah,
the
do you-
Templar Archives
do you
then,
ever
because
get-
that's cheaper.
Yeah, do you ever get Dark Templar and morph them into Archons? Is it just for harassment in PvZ?
It's usually for harassment, you know.
Right.
You know, there's a saying, you went ahead, Dark Shrine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought, well, I was talking to Vyvan earlier. I thought it was anytime Dark Shrine.
But yeah, it's never a bad thing to have a Dark Shrine. It's very cheap, actually.
Yeah, it's insane. And with the Blink, got buffed as well. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if he's going to get it, but Stargate also. Dude, he's just getting all the tech right now.
And he's got all the vision, too.
Yep. He's got all of everything.
Oh,
And
that's
that-
a really good catch.
uThermal does
Oh,
not-
is he gonna get...
Oh!
It survives on 5 HP.
Is there nothing that can hit it?
Nope.
Oh.
He's gonna have soon,
Yeah.
with the Phoenix coming out.
Yep. Yeah, that I think that medevac has to say goodbye. We see more and more upgrades also coming out for uThermal now, but he is pretty behind. Like, how behind should you be in upgrades as Terran? Not this far, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's 3-2 versus 1-1.
Yeah.
And 4 bases versus 2. It's not a good start. And uThermal is fighting on the middle of the map, and it's probably not a good fight for him.
So far, so good. The Liberators are getting some good shots off, and the Protoss is backing off. But right now, like, that army is so much smaller. 115 to 76 army supply. 2 medevacs to heal this entire army is not going to be a lot. That's a lot of Liberators. That's very true, but I mean, he's still on 2 bases as well. This is how is he going to? He can survive, but how can he come back? This
It's probably too much for Harstem. From Harstem
yeah.
to deal with for uThermal.
But this kind of situation is really hard for him to push in, like to really commit. At the same time, though,
He
there's
can push
nothing-
into the main though. He can blink into the main, right? With the part of his army.
yeah, he could, but then he wouldn't be able to push. Like it's just
Yeah.
harassment then.
There's really no reason for Harstem to do anything. I mean, he's
Yeah.
getting all the tech. He's going up to 3 Stargates with Tempest and 3-3. All he has to do is get more bases, get all his gases, and spam cannons. And shit
Exactly.
like
And keep uThermal contained, right?
yeah.
Yep.
But
That's
you know,
all
if
it's-
you're getting impatient and you really want to win the game, you just fly a War Prism into the main, blink into the Liberators, do some trades.
Yep. And that sates your like your impatience.
Yeah.
And now he's losing a lot of Stalkers just to kill a couple Liberators though, but that's all uThermal has, so it's not even bad for him to lose it. He's just going to replace them right away. Going to add another Stargate so he can switch it to Skytos whenever he wants. Getting +1 for that as well. Big blinks here. 1 Liberator left and a bunch of bio, but I mean the Colossi, Stalker, and Mortar Arm is going to push through. There's even a couple Dark Templar there that uThermal doesn't know about. There's a turret, so it's not going to do too much now, but if the turret goes down before the DTs, then he's going to need to scan that as well. A little bit of a drop here. Not going to do
Not
too
gonna
much.
do much.
Nope.
Yeah. I think this game is practically over by now.
Yeah, it's very hard to talk positively about uThermal this game. At this point, he's lost all his workers. He's lost all his army. We should be getting GG any minute now, and we do.
GG Harstem.
Here we go.
We're
2-1.
going into another game in a bit.
Parasite.
See? Stay hydrated.
Even Harstem staying hydrated.
All the best players are staying hydrated.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you
Har-
stay hydrated when you play?
I try. Yeah.
You try.
Well, you know, sometimes you're too lazy to go get the bottle of
Right.
water,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you gotta play.
So what about Cyril? Do you think he's extra hydrated? Is that why he won BlizzCon?
Actually, I never noticed him drinking water.
I know. Maybe he like lives on other
I
like
really-
stuff.
Maybe he
Maybe
doesn't
he-
need water.
I think he's not human.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. About like me and Rikers were talking about that earlier. How like Cyril's like his mechanics are just so like his injects are perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the water is clogging other players' brain, and that's why their mechanics are worse than his.
I think
Who
he's just a
knows?
machine. You know?
Yeah,
he
that-
doesn't hydrate on water. He hydrates on oil.
On oil, yeah. All right, we're going to get number 4 very shortly. Parasite. That's I know from the Zerg perspective, it's a great map. So I'm assuming it's a great map for Terran here.
It is just because proxies are so powerful here.
Right,
So
yeah.
hard to find them, and you can proxy on their side, on your side, they're never gonna know. And it's very easy to expand behind your proxy because the Protoss can't, or they can do a bit of aggression, but it's so far that you get your time to get those Marines and those tanks up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stay safe.
Right. All right. So both players should be ready now, unless they want to take a break. Nope. Both players are ready right now. I mean, you see that a lot. A lot of the pros, like whenever they play a big tournament, they just want to keep going, go, and don't really want to take any breaks.
Yeah, it's the ladder mentality.
Yeah.
You
Just
play
keep
so many
going.
games in a row, you're like, okay, let's do this.
Yep. All right, guys. We're gonna be loading into game number 4 very, very shortly.
Here we go.
Nice.
Oh, you were faster. Mart, even dat wegleggen. Want het was heel... Ah. So, in the bottom right corner of the map, we have our blue Protoss player playing for Assyrian Esports. He is 1-2 down. It's Harstem!
And on the top left, up 2-1, it is Team Liquid's uThermal.
The cheering is fairly equal now.
Yeah?
Maybe some of Mela's guys have started cheering for you.
Or both of them.
Did you hear that earlier?
No, I haven't.
The Mela brought his entire fanboy club.
Really?
It's
And some
insane.
girls.
And some girls.
Yeah, man.
No,
Whoa.
they had their entire like they had a big cheer for it and everything. It was crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, so I'm assuming this barracks isn't gonna fly back to the main anytime soon,
Well, yeah, it could,
unless it gets scouted.
it could be a Reaper, and then you bunker rush and make some Marines. But it depends. Usually you can proxy it on their side just so you want the Reaper to do a bit more damage.
Right.
But eventually you gotta fly it back. There's not much use for a barracks across the map.
No. But I think this is in this position. You would assume he wants to commit a little bit more.
Yeah,
than
it'll
to,
definitely be a little bit more committed.
Yeah. And is he going for 2 gas? Yes, he's gotten 2 gases already. I
Oh
was-
yeah.
Always
You should
getting-
definitely you should always get your 2 gases when you proxy. Don't ever try
Right?
to
Okay.
proxy with 1 gas because they're gonna probe scout. They're gonna see your own 1 gas, and you're
Oh.
like, okay, I'm gonna kill this clown.
Of course.
Because
Of
you
course.
make a Reaper, you don't have a Cyclone at home, and
Of course.
you just die.
I'm gonna kill this clown.
Ooh.
It is offer. All right,
Yep,
so we see a concussive shell push from from one proxy barracks. Is this common? I don't see this very often. I think, but I don't, not a PvT expert again, but like,
It was actually a lot more common in the previous patch because you would go proxy Marauders into Cyclones.
Yeah.
And because you didn't need the tech lab, they would combo really well.
right.
But because the Cyclone is going to be so late, I'm not sure how good this will be.
This bunker is right outside the natural. And yeah, just like you said, it's going to be way too late for the Cyclones to really team up with their Marauders, right? So the Marauders need to do something on their own. He is making a factory at home now. And let's see. I mean, there's one Marauder. I mean, Harstem should already know this concussive shells now, right? Because there's no
Yeah.
reason to make Marauders without it. But second one's on the way. They do a lot of damage against buildings, obviously, so he's probably going to try to get a cancel here. Is that the goal? Like a
Well,
kill?
I don't think so. It's possible, but Harstem can defend with some shield batteries. It's nice that he forces a robo. You know the Protoss will go robo to get those Immortals out, but if Harstem defends this well, he can definitely save the Nexus. But it seems he's opting not to, which is weird.
Yeah, he's just sacking it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if he's just gonna go 3 gig with the War Prism behind it.
Just had to do like a counter attack
Yeah.
later on in the game.
I think that's gonna be his choice.
First Cyclone coming out now, way after the Nexus has died.
This is a very strange response from Harstem, but it could definitely work for sure.
I mean, it's Protoss,
Do
you
you think
never
it's
know
gonna
if
be
everything
some,
will work.
some immortal drops after this?
It's gonna be too
like-
late for Immortals though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just gonna go with 3 gates and drop the units on the other side of the map. But with the Cyclones and the Viking, uThermal should definitely be able to hold, unless Harstem pulls out some crazy good micro.
Don't you feel like he should pull 2 Marauders back though? Then, like, why not? Because he could, or he could do this and force some units at home still.
The painful supply block though.
Oh, he dropped the probe on the 3rd base, and he started a Nexus there.
Oh, down. All right. So uThermal probably won't see this. Gonna get it up there.
Wow.
I think some probes in the process though. 5, 6 probes going down.
Oh no.
Painful.
This is really painful.
This is very painful.
9 probes have gone down, and now he really needs to do damage with that War Prism.
Oh yeah, and with the Nexus behind it, he's not gonna have much money to warp in anything. Harstem is gonna be broke for a while.
Yep.
And broken.
Potentially. Very soon. Anyway, does the barracks see the Nexus? I don't think so. It's still too far, isn't it?
That's a good question.
It did not see it.
Cheeky.
But I don't think Harstem has seen this barracks either, though.
That's interesting. He could snap some probes with the Marine.
Yep. Just be annoying. It's just so annoying to have like stuff like that happen to you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you want to just have all your attention on the War Prism. You can at that point. That siege tank in the main also, it's wall in so nicely between all those buildings. It's gonna be really, really hard to break. There's only 1 Immortal, I think, for Harstem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harstem is not going to be able to do anything.
No.
uThermal went extra safe, and he even made an extra barracks before the CC.
Yeah.
So just so he could get a few extra Marines, put them in the bunker, and stay safe. You don't want to die to any counterattacks.
And now, how are you gonna deal with his barracks at home, man? Just warping a single stalker.
Or an adept.
Yeah. Adepts, man. Problem solvers. Right. We see the Liberator now coming in from the other side as well. Protoss now has to pull back. Still, I don't think uThermal knows it. I think he might be able to see the probes, but he's definitely not able to see the Nexus. So, hopefully he can connect the dots and know that there is a Nexus there, and he needs to go there next time he wants to attack. So far, he's actually getting the upgrade for Cyclones now, getting more bio and a medevac. I mean, just like he's playing super safe, right? There's nothing he needs to worry about. His second CC, he can land at any time he wants.
Yeah, and he definitely saw the probes now, but I think the whole time that the Nexus was down there, uThermal was just playing so safe. He even made a turret in there in case it was DTs or some proxy Stargates.
Probably overly safe, maybe.
Yeah,
he's right?
maybe overly safe is the right word there.
Yeah. He's now planted down in CC, so he can start saturating it. But he's also not even made that many CVs in the meantime, right? He's only on 26 right now, just barely saturating that one base.
This Liberator though. doing
Oh
some work.
yeah.
6
So many
probes.
pros have gone down this game already.
Yeah.
And denying a lot of mining time.
Yep.
This is brutal.
So working out is still even though Harstem's been mining from that second base for so long already. Not with that many probes, because he can't, right? Because it's a remote base, but still. And Mark's just gearing up for like a nice mid game.
Oh, and Cyclones with the upgrades gonna snipe the War
Oh.
Prison so fast.
And that's just annoying stuff, because now you have to remake that War Prism, and every time he's gonna be able to try to come in.
Yeah.
Bam, another probe. Right.
I love the new Cyclone.
I imagine.
I missed it. I miss being able to kill area units.
Imagine how Zerg players feel.
They don't feel anything. They just make lings and kill it again.
Whoa! You're sitting in between two Zergs, Diego.
Okay.
We
I
get
hate
a
Cyclones.
Okay, good.
Go Zerg.
we get a what's it called again? Oh boy. From the Robey, what's it called?
Disruptor.
A disruptor. I completely blanked there.
What do you call them in Dutch?
No, we call them Verstoorders.
Forstorer.
Verstoorder.
Yes,
Okay. Do they mean disruptors?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
it does.
Dutch translation.
we don't have any Dutch.
Yeah, there's no
words.
Dutch version of
There's no
StarCraft.
Dutch
For
StarCraft.
good reason.
Yeah, because it sounds pretty dumb.
Have you ever heard Vincent Optimus try to speak StarCraft in Dutch? Like cast StarCraft in Dutch?
No.
Oh,
You
missed
should ask
out.
him. Oh man. It's amazing.
It's the time of your life.
Right, these cycles just being so annoying, and at the same time, uThermal's just slowly macroing up, slowly getting more units, getting Marine Tank, getting his stem, getting his +1. He's actually up on upgrades now, I think, because I don't think Harstem has any forges up. Nope. And that's not a position uThermal's familiar with.
Yeah, and I think uThermal really wants to push soon, just because I noticed he has no reactor on the medevac, or I'm sorry, on the starport. I think it's possible that he's gonna push soon together with his stim pack finishing.
Yep. Seems very logical. I mean, he's in a good position army-wise, and I think we would see a third CC by now, if not, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he even pulled some SCVs with this push.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? At the same time, Harstem is getting his third up now. Third being in the natural, I guess. Kind of weird. Marine Shield is also being researched right after Stem is done. So if he's going to push, he should do it now. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe already too late now.
Yeah, I think if Blink finishes and Harstem finishes his +1 and gets a nice count of disruptors, he'll be able to kite uThermal all day long.
Yeah.
But it all depends on the positioning, really. If you can get to the Protoss base unhindered, then you should get what do you call it? A nice choke hold on the Protoss base.
Right, yeah, sure. What was this?
I don't know. I was trying to gesture my thoughts.
He was making a gesture like he was like pounding or attacking something. Okay, so we see the Terran player actually going pretty far on the map now without the Protoss player doing anything with his disruptors. Harstem is gearing up for defense though. He feels something is coming, and that's a lot of siege tanks. If those siege tanks can get a couple shots off, which they might very well be able to.
Oh no! Some
Painful.
juicy shots.
And he's just gonna move along. At this point, Shield might also finish before the engagement even starts.
I love this. This is the TVT move. Load up the tanks, boost them, and then siege.
Make him catch up with the Marines. And now uThermal's trying to find a place to really find a good concave, a good actual fight. Now, Harstem did have that observer there, so he knows when and where uThermal sieged up. So it's not going to happen here, but I mean, he does have that comfortable supply lead right now. Dark Shrine coming on the way as well here for Harstem. So if he can hold on, that can be a nice tool he can use. But is he going to be able to hold on? This push is starting to get very, very scary. Disruptor's not doing anything right now, and actually getting a couple Stalkers for free with those siege tanks. There are still 4 Disruptors in the field, and actually the third, or I guess natural, for Harstem is now being pushed with a couple of Cyclones. A big recall.
Tactical recall there. Ooh. Okay, that didn't do much. Could have been good.
This is, I really like this from uThermal, because he has those tanks to always fall back to and just poke a little bit, right? Just do a little bit of damage. Kill 3 probes, you know? Kill a couple Stalkers.
Yeah, I like that he's not rushing at all, but no Disruptors in the third, though.
Not at all. And the pylon got sniped, warping in like 10 Stalkers. All those Disruptors are in the natural, and really their hits are not that going to be that great, I think. Marines are split very, very well. 15 probes. The entire mineral line has been washed out.
Washed out?
Like, I don't know.
Do laundry with the probes or something?
That sounded good. Here, you do the play-by-play. Let's go. You do the play-by-play.
Are you saying he's a washed-up Protoss player?
Washed up is something different. Go, Killazur. Let's go.
The Stalkers running into the tanks exploding everything. The Disruptors is dying. Marines decimating the probes, washing them up.
Out! Out!
Well, are you telling him to go out?
I don't.
Get out of my game!
There's a dark Templar actually doing a lot of damage, but not enough by any stretch of the imagination. There we go. uThermal takes a comfortable 3-1 lead. How do you feel about that play-by-play casting? Actually, did you watch the Destiny when he was? It was a while back when he was casting StarCraft 2 with cats.
Yes, I remember exactly.
The
it was
thing.
on Lorena, and then he went full Rap God on the casting.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
I
want you to do that.
When was this?
I can't do that.
It was a while back. It was like 2 years ago on Arena.
Right.
He was casting with cats, and then he just started like solo casting, doing the play-by-play of a fight that went on for like 2 minutes, and he was like spitting like 400 words per minute. It was insane. It was literally faster than Eminem's Rap God verse. So they put the beat from Rap God under it, and it kind of sounded good.
Nice. That sounds great.
Yeah, we don't have those skills, unfortunately, but except for Killazur, because he's amazing play-by-play. Because he doesn't say stupid stuff like washed out.
I think you're just mad, Mart. Just because I called you out on the washed out.
I know.
But guys, we're match point.
Yeah, we are at match point. This could definitely be the last game of this year's Dutch StarCraft League.
And it's on Kairos Junction.
How do you feel about the map? Do you know anything about that in terms of PvT?
Okay, so I do know a couple of things. The third, it's actually very well protected. The only entrance to the third is through a very tight choke. You need to clean the rocks so that you can actually get a nice push on it. And this benefits Terran a lot because the meta, the way Protoss is working right now is that they get very few gases and they get a lot of charge lots and stalkers, and they try to break the Terran third. This cannot happen in Kairos. So let's say uThermal opts to play for a fast third CC, it'll be very hard for Harstem to punish. And I know Harstem really likes his Stalker Zealots. So I think he'll have to adapt a little bit to this map.
So you think it's probably going to be a switch up in terms of build then?
I think so. I think he'll play a bit more defensive with more tech.
Okay. Right. We'll see if that prediction comes true. Otherwise, you're going to be play-by-play from now on. So this is this potentially the last game of the series, and it's going to probably force Harstem to switch up his game plan. So, I don't know. All right.
Are you ready, guys? It's match point. In the top left corner of the map, we have our red Terran player playing for Team Liquid. It's uThermal.
Like I had to think about which team he was playing for.
I was
It
thinking
felt
about.
like it. It felt like you were
Oh
thinking
no,
about it.
yeah.
All right, in the bottom right corner of Kairos Junction, currently down 2 maps. You really need to make it happen right now. It's Harstem.
Some nice cheers going on there.
Yeah, people are getting
Keep
hyped
going,
up.
guys.
Or they're drinking more beer.
That's also a possibility.
Doesn't matter for us.
Keep going. You're doing well.
But stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, guys.
Isn't that the opposite?
Yeah. One beer per one water per beer. That's the rule. Remember?
Is it?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Anyway, it's rather normal by now.
So far, yeah. Actually, this is the first game. There's a barracks inside the main of uThermal.
On the 5th game, there's no proxy.
On the 5th day of Christmas. What was it? On the 5th day of?
Yeah, something.
On the 5th day of, I don't know.
Of the,
it
on
was
the
a cool.
5th day of, I don't know.
It was a cool meme. Never mind.
Rip your meme.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. Let's skip past that. Real quick. We see a fast expand from Harstem, just like we saw all the other games. Nothing really fishy going on for him up until this point, but that probe is going in an interesting direction.
And he's
oh,
not gonna delay uThermal's natural, probably.
Yeah.
Because the Zealot will be too late for that.
Yeah, he's just gonna wait for the Reaper to come out and then swoop in.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Swoop it.
Is he
Perfect
gonna
timing.
get the... Ooh, he's not.
That
gonna
was
get
not
the
perfect
probe.
timing at all. But it was good enough because the Reaper doesn't turn back.
He is gonna see the CC in the main.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
that's
Yep.
that's different actually.
And it's going to react accordingly. I
Pew,
mean,
pew, pew.
pew, pew, pew. Can you do that more often? Can you do, like, can you do the Reaper sound as well? That's a Hydralisk. actually.
Sure, that's more of a Hydra.
Yeah.
There is no Zerk in this game. I'm sorry.
Oh, can you do the jetpacks?
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry guys. We're gonna go back into this game.
Well, there's not too much going on. Actually, there is now. The
Yep.
Stargate has just finished. Started up for
And a
Harstem.
probe died.
And a probe died.
A probe died. That's
But
good.
the Stargate, that's different. We haven't seen that from Harstem so far.
Did he see the Stargate? Is he gonna see the Stargate?
This is
I
just
think
gonna
he
be a
will see the
standard
Stargate
Oracle
in a
opening,
little
right?
bit.
Yeah, I think
see
probably
it?
just oracles
And 2 probes.
blink
2
stockings.
probes. It's pretty good. Is it gonna be a 3rd probe? No, it's not gonna be a 3rd
Oh yeah,
probe.
it will be.
Oh, it will
Trust me,
be.
it will be.
It will
This
be.
is a uThermal repo.
It
okay?
will happen.
It's
Oh
gonna be 3
boy.
probes.
Dude, you were talking about that earlier. How 3 pros in this game, this stage of the game. I mean, it's a little bit later now, but still, 3 pros is still pretty big. Then
Yeah, it's huge.
he sees his Stargate. He knows there's an Oracle coming. Like he has all the intel.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is.
we have some uThermal Reapers in chat, guys.
Wait, is that emote still a thing?
Yes.
Or did he remove it? No, it's still a
No,
thing.
It's still a thing. Of course, it's still a
I
thing.
know. He removes emotes sometimes when they become like.
He should remove the Liberator.
Yeah.
Mark, if you're hearing this, when you're rewatching this, remove your Liberator.
Blizzard should remove the Liberator.
Oh, Diego with the spicy memes.
Wait, I thought they already added the new Cyclone as compensation for the Liberator.
Not enough.
Oh, ouch.
That Reaper got killed
Well.
midair. That was really cool.
Well, he got value of it.
Yeah, for sure. And this Oracle's
Oracle
gonna get
getting
chased.
denied.
Yeah, straight away. Never gonna get a kill on that ever. Well, maybe, but not now.
This is looking good for Mr. Fermi.
Yep. It's looking very good for Mr. Schluppy.
Herr Schlappy.
Whoa, he's not German.
sorry,
This is the Dutch StarCraft League. You can't say Herr Schluppy. It's Meneer Schluppy.
Meneer Schlappy, sorry. Sorry, guys.
So we're gonna get to Siege Tank coming out for uThermal. Actually, but he's getting a Siege Tank, right? But he didn't see. There's no Robo on the map, right? So
Actually, this map is very good for tanks.
that's the reason.
And
Yeah.
not only that, but usually the follow-up for Stargate is Twilight. So
Which it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you can still do some tank pushes. And knowing uThermal, he really likes his tanks. He doesn't care if there's gonna be a few Phoenixes. You know, you just make tanks and kill the Protoss. You don't
Right.
care what he has.
So the new emote should be uThermal Tank.
uThermal tank, exactly.
Make tanks, make win.
There's a pylon on the bottom left side of the map.
Adept Glaives.
And there's not going to be any proxy. It's just going to be a forward pylon, I guess. Yeah, Adept Glaives, indeed. still, I mean, that's not too out of the ordinary, but maybe at this stage, of the game, it is.
I think it's a good choice. Harstem knows that uThermal really likes his tanks, and one of the best choices against that is actually Adepts. You can teleport on top of the Marines, and the tanks will do a little bit of friendly damage, and they also don't do that much damage against light as much as they do against armored units.
Yeah.
So I like this choice. This is a very good choice by Harstem.
All right. Okay. So it's Kellezer approved.
Stim almost done.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
got my approval.
Your stamp, the Kellezer stamp.
I stamp his build.
You stamp his build.
You stamp
Nice.
on his build or stamp his build?
I stamp his build. I'm not stomping his build. I'm definitely stamping his build.
Maybe you're washing out his build. I don't know.
Stamp of approval.
So, see, with that Oracle, if he keeps it alive, you can do stuff like that. Though stasis wards are really annoying to deal with, especially the first one that you don't expect, and then you're going to be super cautious about them.
Yeah.
At least for me, that's the case. Blink is now also starting up, so he's getting all the Twilight upgrades. Nice revelation there, seeing the entire army of uThermal for at least the coming, well, I guess pretty much the next engagement. These Glaives are going to have to do very well for themselves, though, because uThermal is gearing up for that big push, getting bunkers up now.
Oh, that's a really nice spot, yeah.
That's
That's the
a
spot you were
yeah.
talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a very, very powerful tank spot, and if these bunkers go up, it will be very hard for Harstem to break.
So he needs to go now.
It's a
He
bit
is.
reckless, but yeah, I think he has to, right?
Oh, and that one tank
Oh,
in the back is
boy.
getting off so many shots. All the
Oh,
Marines are here as
no.
well. This could be it, man.
This could be it.
Oh, nice force field from Harstem, buying him a lot of time. He needs
I
more.
don't think it's enough.
Yeah, he needs more army. Nice revelation. Knowing where uThermal's army is very vital at this point, but I mean, he needs more stuff.
He did clear out the tanks, so that's what he has for him. However, it'll be very hard to clear the rest of the army. As you can see, uThermal
Yep.
is doubling the army supply.
He sees the
Oh, that
stasis.
one
up.
Marine as
Very
well.
good.
Oh, and 2 more tanks coming up.
And very close to the Nexus. They're going to start being able to hit the Nexus now, so that there has to be sacked pretty much.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, it's going to be... yeah, he did rebuild this third right away already. Getting a Robo Bay now, but it's going to be so late. It's going to take so long for him to get Disruptors or Colossi out. His first Immortal now coming out. It's just
uThermal
gonna
is
be-
just so far ahead by now.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's going to be really, really hard
Oh,
for
but
him.
is he going to walk into that? Yes,
Big-
he
that's-
is.
that's-
That
that's
is a
good.
big stasis.
But he doesn't have enough adepts to shade on top of the units.
Nope.
That's the sad part.
So the
Otherwise-
stasis is not going to do much, is what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it buys him time, but not much else.
Yeah, we would be able to have a nice engagement if he had just a couple more depths. This is a nice way to buy time again, but as well, like he's pushing on top of the natural already. It's too little, too late right now for Harstem. 20 supply lead here for uThermal, and it's all in army.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep pushing up in tanks, killing all those probes. Liberators coming up. There's nothing to kill those liberators, by the way. And just remember, this is match point. Harstem has to do
Yep.
or die here.
This is the last game potentially, guys, and it actually is.
It is.
uThermal takes it 4-1. What a dominant
uThermal
victory!
wins here. GG.
Congratulations, uThermal.
Congratulations, uThermal. He wins the Dutch StarCraft League Nationals 2018
Very well done.
How many titles is that now?
for the Dutch StarCraft League.
Yeah.
Is that 3 or 4?
I think it's 3.
It's 3. He won
Oh
last
no,
time.
he beat Ret 4 years ago as well. So 4, I believe.
That's that makes him a Dutch StarCraft League bourgeois. I think we're gonna go right over to Frank in about a second, as he just picked up the trophy here for our vicious winner, uThermal. He's looking at it.
He's
It's
very
juicy.
impressed.
It's juicy.
That's a nice joke.
Let's go to Frank.
Kevin, if you want to join us as well, I got something for you as well. All right, congratulations, Mark. uThermal, I think this is your 4th win of a major DSCL tournament, like a premier version, right? Harstem, of course, it's your, I don't know, 11th final of the Dutch StarCraft League. So, still, amazing job. Congratulations. I'm going to start with you, actually. It's a good thing you're so small, so I can put this on even though you're standing on the thing. There we go. All right, everybody, give it up for Harstem. And of course, this year's champion, uThermal. Congratulations, Mark. I'm going to stand over here. Most feedback. Woo. Nice. Thank you everybody for coming. This is, I think, the best crowd we've had in years. So let's keep this, right? This is really good. Thank you so much. And of course, a final big round of applause for all the players that have been here, all the people that donated to the Matcherino prize pool, all the crew that helped out all the day, the Esports Game Arena for hosting us, and if you come and join us, come with me, Peter. There's some people in the back here that needs thanking as well. The casters, almost forgot the casters. Thank you to Wyman, Talandros, Mjolki, Kalazur. Here we go. Can you take that off? Is it detachable? Yeah. Yeah, it's this. This is the best part of the Dutch StarCraft League. There we go. We're trying it, yeah. There we go. Are we still out? Yeah, we are. Okay, here we go. All right, these are the casters. No, stay where you are. Congratulations. Thank you guys for casting. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, Gallagher, for coming. All right, so in here, these are the true heroes of the Dutch StarCraft League. These guys have been here all day producing the live stream, so yay, a big round of applause for these guys. You're the observer, Auke, the stream director, and in the back, Thibaut came all the way via France from Germany to be the DSCL sound guy today. Really cool. All right, thanks guys, let's get back in there. All right. What you're gonna witness now on the stream is what we're gonna do is start the after party. So just get a beer, have fun. We're gonna roll some credits and have shots of you drinking fris tea, stuff like that, you know, things you wanna have. All right, thank you all for coming. See you guys next time. It's gonna be fun. Oh, almost forgot. We're still gonna give away the DSCL t-shirt. You guys, awesome. Too much honor. Thank you guys. We're still giving away the t-shirt because 2 people correctly estimated that it would be 4-1 in the finals, and one of those actually guessed the ending time of the finals within 1 minute. Who is that? Milan, if I can ask you over here. There we go. Milan, tell me, who won?
Het is Robin.
Robin, yeah, there we go. Congratulations, Robin. Yeah, so that's medium, so maybe you can give it to, I don't know, if you have okay, that's it, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.